Hello, Ruthless Nation. It's another Thursday of action-packed racing, but this time from WWT. An odd track in itself. It's very technical with sort of the configuration of Darlington, but it's a mile and a quarter. And these guys are going to try to break the 31-second mark, possibly 32, low 32-second marks out here tonight. So I'm excited to see what goes down. Ed joined the stream to say good luck to everybody. And he is racing himself. And also thanks to Edward for the stream tonight. That will give me all the information that I need out here on the track. Sorry about that, everybody. But yeah, I mean, so Steve is in here. Thanks for joining. What's up, everybody? Trav Nation is going to be out here tonight, and I got to join. All right. Cool. All right, awesome. It's going to be the quick finishers 125. Only 125 laps tonight, 100 laps around the mile and a quarter. WWT, Worldwide Technology Raceway. It should be called Worldwide Technical Raceway, I think. It's a tough track to get going on both ends. Once again, thanks to Ed for the stream tonight. They should be going green somewhere about now. It's a little slow getting in there tonight. So we'll probably catch them about turn 1, and that's where we're at. Henson is in the lead. Not sure if that's where he started, but that's where we got somebody already low and slow tonight. Not sure what that's about back there, but no incidents so far. Henson out to the lead. Hamlin Nation in the 20 behind him. Looks like Elvin on the bottom there, and might be typical in that orange car tonight. I believe typical started second, but he finds himself in fourth. Elvin must have started third, Hamlin in fourth, so he's up 2, typical back 2. To start off this race, and Shepard got him a top 5 start today, as he's working hard on G-Dog there in 17. Excited for the overhead camera at this track. I think it's going to work out beautifully. Right here is going to be the interesting part for us tonight, is what is this going to be like in these turns for the whole field. And you know, as you see further back through there, it gets pretty crazy. Yeah, diecast giveaway number 2, and we hit 100 subs, so let your friends and family know. Travis Michael in the chat, Trav Nation. More Trav Nation in the chat. Got to put him on screen here for everybody. There he is. Looks like he's running top 10 here, possibly. Sitting 11th right now, I believe. Running that Spin 21 Ford Mustang. A lot of Trav Nation shows up every Thursday whenever he's in the car. Greatly appreciate it. He lets his friends and family know about it. Oh, we had some contact up here. Oh yeah, Death Before Dishonor around with Shepard. Wreck right here on the back stretch. More around. Trav Nation a part of that one, as he got tangled up as they came up the stretch. And that is going to bring out the caution 100% whenever they get back around. So unfortunate event already, but this should bring out the manual caution. And I believe it indeed has. And that brings it with Henson, Typical, Hamlin Nation, and Elvin Priest in the top 4, and then I believe that's Portal Guy, maybe? Somebody might have filled in for him. Nope, Portal Guy was able to make it, so it's him in the top 5 right now. Hey, you know, I wouldn't put it past Trav. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't. And no wonder he has so many fans. He kind of reminds me of, was it Clark Michael Duncan in the Green Mile? He's probably got like that, some kind of ability like that. Or Michael Clark Duncan. I don't know. I don't know. But looks like everybody's going down pit road here. Ed is in the 24. It's kind of going to be a hot seat due to Dunlap just having to step away for the moment. Hey, I appreciate everybody that watches, and we'll take this time while we're in the Everything NASCAR Pit Road, and this caution brought to you by SKU Car. Congratulations to our 2 diecast winner, Tim Roth and the Great Deer. I think Tim might have possibly been a newcomer whenever the diecast thing was going around, but the Great Deer has been around for a minute, and I'm glad that one of our OG fans was able to win one of those diecast. And yeah, like Hollywood said, diecast giveaway number 2 at 1,000 subs, and we're really not that far away, 340 some maybe. So yeah, it's we can get it done, I believe. As a community, we can get enough people on board with Ruthless Racing, and you know, more chance at some diecast. Typical going to come out with the lead unless Henson took the high side on the choose. I agree, everything. Let's get to another giveaway. Oh my goodness. My headset is hooked up to the controller tonight, so if you just hear me disappear all of a sudden, I have dropped the controller. But here we go. A restart right up here. I believe Henson just took the outside there on the choose. Kind of a odd choice to me anyways. But he's able to beat Typical on the restart through the corner, and Typical's going to have to work up behind him here. And Henson, a good driver in himself. He will earn his respect out here, although I don't think he's won yet. I could be wrong on that. We're already like 8 or 9 races in here. But if he hasn't won, he's going to get one eventually. And I think New Hampshire, he had a chance late on and just wasn't able to get it done. Had an incident off of 4, I believe. See, Typical. Henson is Typical. Yeah. I do remember when I used to mess him up. Good battle right here between the top 4. They're trying to keep it in the line mostly. 5th on back. Not really sure what's going on. Good view right here from Shepherd, as he is running towards the rear now after some incident in that crash earlier, which did not bring out a game caution, which is interesting to me. But we're going to have to get back up here to the front action, as they've brought it 3 wide in 3 different lanes here. Back door to door for Elvin and Typical. So now Henson kind of gathering a little bit of lead off the battling behind him. Yeah, those were the days. Once again, thanks to Ed, who commented earlier on in the stream, for all the race in-race lap counts and stuff tonight with 11 to go right now and 10 at the line in stage number 1. And there wasn't a required pit in either of these first 2 stages, so that pit stop on the manual caution was just bonus tire for these guys to run a little faster through this first stage. Hopefully we make it to the stage break. As I say that, it is a wham bam thank you ma'am back here out of 2. So we'll see how that plays out. Yep, they went ahead and shut her down right here. So good on them getting that figured out quickly. Probably going to go in and probably be going about 8 to go on the green flag. So let's do it. Alright, so skew car caution brought to you, or has brought you to a Everything NASCAR pit stop. 2 cautions, 2 pit stops early on here. Both manual cautions. No game initiated cautions as of yet. And all this calamity that you see is just for us. It all looks normal on the game. Yeah, thanks to everybody who's subscribed or found their way here to Ruthless Racing through through our diecast giveaway. We truly appreciate it. Let all your friends and family know about us, and once we get to 1,000 subscribers, we'll do it again. And yeah, so maybe some other things will show up that we'll be able to do later on. All things we'll try to let people know about, though. Alright, so these guys are getting it back together, and these cars look rough, but I promise they're fixed. After the stage break, they should clean up until they get more damage. Alright, so Henson and Hamlin Nation on the front row, taking the nose of each lane as they work their way into the skew car restart zone. And boogity boogity boogity, let's try this again. As they get going this time and make their way down into turn number 1. There will be 8 laps remaining. Back onto the backstretch, rough corner all night. Get that backwards view here to see if we can catch any action. Nothing happening so far. Yeah, it's been rough on that 48 and 17 early. Henson out here working both lines down into turn number 1. We got to watch this turn number 2 once again off the rear here. See if anything happens. Looks like everybody survived it. Nice and organized up here in the front. Guys in the back seem to be battling some tight race cars. Should be a dandy of a finish here in stage number 1 if it stays green. 20 is down low. So Henson just making sure he has that inside advantage here. He wants the low side. Typical, though, is going to give him a battle up there on the high side. He's got a lot of push behind him. And the high side seems to have a little bit of grip, especially right here in 1 and 2. Typical kind of rides it high, though. Rides it up the track a little bit. Henson not too great of a corner himself. And it is tied off with 2, but they are able to keep it together. And here they are still racing down to the line here in stage number 1. from WWT, the quick finishers 125. So a lot less calamity in this race than we seen Tuesday, that I heard a lot of people actually enjoyed. So these guys are down to 4 to go. They'll be taking 3 to go at the line, and Typical took the lead for a brief moment. So the battle for the Stage 1 points is still up in the air. As you can see, them coming off those corners slick with 3 to go now. Typical has took sole advantage here in the lead, but he's not safe. Henson kind of in trouble here of losing another spot, as Hamlin Nation has it gripped on the bottom, and they're coming to the line here this time for 2 to go in stage number 1. All right, so Typical is back down to that middle low line that he's been running, and I think he's found the speed overall here. Yep, so we're going to be coming down to the last lap in stage number 1. Typical is your leader, and he has put a gap between him and second place. Henson possibly could lose another spot by the time this is over. If he seems like he's lost a little bit of the pace, or maybe just got out of the groove that he was locking. But Typical has jumped out there to a respectable lead here in such short laps. Elvin Priest has got some damage on that car, but that was earlier on in the stage. And Typical is going to be your stage 1 winner, followed by Henson, Elvin Priest, Hamlin Nation, and Portal Guy, I do believe. So good stage 1 there. Couple incidents, but everybody made it through. The stage breaks brought to you by Skew Car, and the following pit stops brought to you by Everything NASCAR. Alright, stage number 2. We're going to put it on Typical. He is leading it off, and we're going to go crank it up Ruthless style for stage number 2 beginnings from the quick finishers 125. Thank you, everybody. That was Crank It Up, Ruthless style there at the beginning of stage number 2. And you found Typical still in the lead. Henson right there, tough right on him. Hamlin Nation behind Henson. And then Elvin Priest and Death Before Dishonor in 5. So good lead for Typical. Let's see if he keeps it up. Could be a battle for second if these guys keep trying to work on each other's doors back there. Good question there, Animal. Let me try to do this for you here. Find that out. Got some good action going on in this top 5. They try to catch him. Oh, Typical up there. Next race is Michigan, and then it's going to be the All-Star break. 4/18 will be a Pro Series race on a Tuesday at Kansas. Should be a later start time due to it being an odd day for the Pro Series drivers. This was voted on, so 4/11 or next week, next Tuesday and Thursday will be Michigan, and then the Tuesday following that will be a Pro Series Kansas race, and then the All-Star race from the New Hampshire Roval on 4/20 that Thursday. And special guest Donald Trump will be in the booth. I'm not shitting you. That's going to happen. Serious, we're gonna have the DT in the Ruthless booth, and you know how we roll. We're just gonna let him roll. All right, so putting the space on Henson, and Henson putting the space on the rest of them, or at least trying to. And the battle for 2nd through 5th is rather taut. Joe, we would have asked you, man, but you didn't even spell your name right on the damn string. Just trying to do a quick flip through the field here so everybody can get a good look. Ruthless Racing is going to give Donald Trump everything that he asked for, okay? And it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be unlike anything you've ever seen. And it's not going to be me. That was just me, doing my worst Donald Trump impersonation. Like, I'm not lying. I'm going to be there, and then dude's going to be there. I'm just saying. Y'all need to show up 420. Hard-hitting questions on 420. So you watch Typical check out here. And then Henson just putting the separation on the rest of the field. So that last stage has got 2 pit stops in it, and we'll see how that works out. Malcolm Donald Trump. Yeah. What, don't y'all like my British voice? Is that what you're referring to? Typical out to a great lead here on his medium use tires. Henson trying to catch up, but the gap is too great for him at the moment. Putting a gap on the rest of the field, Death Before Dishonor sets in third, and Elvin Priest coming in fourth, and Hamlin Nation rounding up the top five. I feel like I would be like a good soccer commentator like that sometimes. Typical checked out. 11 o'clock checkout time. Golf? Yeah. A smashing hit from the driver here. At least 250 yards. Perfectly placed down the middle of the green. And he'll be hitting for eagle. You gotta make your own fun. And everybody's just kind of in the line here. Uh-oh, Jared getting that service. There's Trav Nation. If any of you all from Trav Nation is in here still. Death Before Dishonor putting together a good run. Finds himself in third right now here in stage number 2. Still trying to get everybody a lap count this time by. As my boy tries to get by the line here. 3 laps remaining in stage number 2. Look at that. It's already passed us by. So it'll be 2 laps remaining right here for old Typical. I don't know. Sneezed about, lost my life. Alright, so Typical takes the white flag in stage number 1. And he's trying to tally up another sweep. If he wins this race, that'll be another sweep for the Typical. Oh, Ty Pickle. Ed right here trying not to get lapped before the stage end. He just got to beat Typical back to the line. That's all you got to do, man. Oh, he's going to be able to keep his lap. Typical stage 2 winner. Henson, second place. Death Before Dishonor, third. Elvin Priest in fourth. And Hamlin Nation rounding up your top 5. Two-time Ty Pickle. Yep, won stage 1 and 2. Henson looked really great early on, but ever since Typical kind of took the lead late in stage number 1, it's been the Ty Pickle show. Tyler Pickler. You know what? I don't like that. Don't say that one. Lily. I'm doing a broadcast. You gotta go somewhere else. Lily. Now you're acting up. Lily. Alright, guys. Stage number 3, the Quick Finishers 125 from WWT. Brought to you by Skew Car. Alright, stage number 3 starts. This is around a 56 lap stage, I believe. 53, 54, I don't know. Somewhere in there. It's over 52. I know that. But we've stayed even on this restart. We'll see if the high line gets cleared here. It does. Typical back to the lead. So let's see. There's a couple pit stops in this one if it stays green like the last stage did. Uh-oh. A lot of people got kind of wonky off that one. Oh no, that's almost disaster. Oh, Portal Guy did. He tried to miss the out sticking wall and almost killed the 8, and he's in all kinds of trouble back here. Pancake Guy cannot make it stick there. Alright, almost disaster. He gets, oh, he's way up into the wall here. But, I don't know, kind of a wall bang. Almost, I guess. Battle for the lead is time. Death Before Dishonor up here throwing his hat into the ring. Oh, tough racing here. You know, you're going to get that short track bump there on your quarter panel. You're trying to drive down there. He's got to have that room. Good view there. I like that camera angle. Oh, Top Pickle, though, still the leader. WWT, a very, very tough track to pit at, too, as you got 2 long access roads through both corners to get in and out of the pits. So, and getting on the pit road, the commitment line is not where it is drawn or painted. It is kind of up the wall a little bit, so it's a tricky track to get in and out of pit road at. So, it's going to be interesting if we stay green and these guys got to go pit. Looking at pit stops being around lap 20 on the runs, so we're looking at possibly a 18-14 run or something like that, or some guy might try to run 20 and 10. And it'd be about 13 or so. I believe there was 53 to 54 or 55 laps this stage. We'll get a remaining lap count this time by from our onboard camera with Ed in the 24 tonight. Top battle right here on second place. Got 47 laps remaining. So, yeah, I'd say these guys are about 10 laps in on this run so far. Quick flip through here. There's Ed. Oh, that's our on-camera driver. He got himself a little bit of wall like Portal Guy did earlier. Big Ben back out there in the 19. And there's Nomad, your Daytona 500 winner. Or Daytona 200 here in this league. Not the 250. Yep. And there's Jared, been here in Ruthless Racing a long time now. All the way from back in last season. Driving the Ford number 4. With the Hunts Brothers scheme on the hood and the Fields on the side. And then, obviously, with no introduction, the 21, Trav Nation. Driving that spin Mustang. Oh, loose there maybe for the 5. Off of turn number 2, just got there in the nick of time. Death Before Dishonor, though, we're on board with him. Driving that 5 Pro League car. And a good contender here for the top spot until he got loose out of that turn. And I suspect that out of the rest of the field as we get a little deeper into this run. And these guys aren't going to want to take all their tire on the track. They're going to need some tire to get down on pit road. It is very slick trying to get on and off that access road. And you will for sure spin it either down into the wall or up onto the track and ruin somebody else. There's Henson and then Typical. And the battle is between them now. Elvin has found himself way back and forth now. I'm not sure what kind of... Oh! Maybe a little contact there between the 18 and the 2. It puts Typical straight into the wall. Hard lick. That's definitely some damage possibly. I don't know if Typical lost it or if there was some contact there. But whatever happened, hard lick there for the 2 of Ty Pickle. Once again, thanks to everybody who watches us here on Ruthless Racing YouTube. This is the Ruthless Racing Pro Series at WWT. Quick Finishers 125 brought to you by Skew Car. And I know a lot of you come over from Skew Car, so thanks to him and all that community for their support of Ruthless Racing. And hopefully somebody from over there, one of those guys that won was from the Skew Car community. As I know the Great Deer been a fan for quite a while, so good to see, like I said earlier, one of the OG fans to win one of those diecasts. Get us to 1,000 and we'll give, I'm sure we'll give away 2 more, so you know, make it happen. It looked like Death was making a charge and then just kind of got loose, I think. Pit stops are going to be coming sometime here, let's say within the next 8 laps or so. I don't think these guys are going to... I think you can get about 24 laps out of a tank, and I just don't see these guys running that long. I could be wrong on that, but I know they're going to need tire to finish, to get onto pit road with. You can't just kind of go in there with the 1% like you do sometimes and get away with it. Oh, Typical though, battled back hard here. He's not going to make it easy on Henson here if this is a track that Henson feels like he has an advantage. Oh, a little bit of shiftiness out of 4 as they bring it back to the line. We'll watch Typical on off the front of his car here. We'll see how he runs behind Henson's Toyota. Nice deep inside line here for Typical. Tends to be a little slower though to go all the way low through 3 and 4. You kind of want to high to down to the low side through the middle of the turn and try to be full throttle all the way off exit. So we'll see how he will attack it this time, as I'm sure he learned on the last lap not to run it that way. We'll see what he does this time. High up at the white. Good run here for Typical on that turn. He's going to try to get it low and come out full throttle. He has to let up. Henson got loose in front of him. Good racing here between these two. He's going to try the same thing for turn 1, but stay middle this time. Good turn there for Typical. Henson not looking so good on that turn. We got Sniper out here in the chat. Typical goes back a little lower on this entrance. I think he's got it here. He's right there. He just can't drive through Henson. That's allowing Henson, though, to get a little more throttle through the turn than Typical, which is what's keeping that lead at bay. Because I think a lot of people might have... I don't think anybody's pit yet. They're just really racing. these boys here. I think that's Henson's cue that he is going to pit. So we're going to watch him pit and see how it works for him. See, he's getting off into the grass. It's a very tricky pit entrance. And you can see he comes in right here, and that commitment line's right there. It's not where it's drawn right here. It's all the way back there in the bend of that wall. So Typical is your leader, as he should be pitting at some point here very soon. A lot of guys going in for that service now. It's Typical has made it another lap. We'll see when he wants to do that. Possibly trying to lap the field, then go in to any caution that might happen while someone's trying to pit. Always a possibility. He does not pit this lap either. And no one has went into the pits in front of him directly. So that makes me think everybody has pit but Typical possibly. Because I believe there's 32 to go. I'll try to get that accurate count whenever he goes back around there. There's Elvin now on pit road, so some guys had not pit yet. Hamlin Nation just now coming out from service. A lot of those guys possibly have pit. A lot of these hoods smashed up, but they got that damage fixed on there. Hey, 1,000 subs. We'll try it again. So, let everybody know. Get us up to 1,000 subs. Have another chance. You gotta think, even though we had 1,000 or 500, 600 some subscribers, only 94 official entries. So you think about that. You help us get to 1,000. And only 100 people sign up for the diecast. I mean, your chances are great. So, got a 1% chance. If that was the case. So I'm unsure. I think Typical still hasn't pit. Or I could have missed something. I think I might have missed something. He came out, Henson probably just got him by like a car length. That's Typical going to retake the lead right now. Been a good battle between these two all race. Typical did start putting the gap on it in stage 2, but Henson turned it around here in stage 3. Has been right there. All good. Oh, got some contact by the lap car here in front of these guys. Stay right here, see how this works out. I don't know if how that worked out there. That might have slowed up Henson maybe. not, so I'm not sure what exactly happened there. I think the 4 might have hit the wall, slid up to 18 or something. I'd have to review that. But Typical is out to the lead. Still another pit stop out here for these guys to take. So we'll get us a lap count this time. It's 26 laps remaining. We'll put you on board here with Death Before Dishonor. On the chase view, as you can see, Typical mid-turn, Henson next car, and then the lap car of Jared in the 4. This is third place Death Before Dishonor as I take a quick drink break, sponsored by Skew Car. Alright, Typical has jumped out to a whale of a lead. And, you know, pit stop. Still looming. Apologize, everybody, for all the subtle mutes. Allergies. Just another view through the field. See how everybody's looking. G-Dog, rather clean car. I seen him get bounced off of a couple times. Car looks pretty good. Can't say the same for some of these other guys though. Nomad in the playoffs on a win, so it doesn't matter what else happens. He makes the race minimum, he's in the playoffs. And there is another super speedway in Talladega in the playoffs. We'll get us a lap count next time by here. There's Jared in the 4. Trav Nation, oh, he grabs that outward wall there. And they get you. Death Before Dishonor. And Typical, he's just got it figured out. Let's see who's taking that short pit. Might be old Trav. Nope, not Trav. Who's taking the short pit? Come on. Oh, Big Ben. Now, he might be able to make it to the end. You know, never know. This could work out for him if it stays green. This might work out for him. At least give him a lot of spots that he wouldn't have got in the first place. If he can handle that race car all the way through the run, he's probably got her whipped. We'll get us a lap count right here and see how close he's going to be. Oh, we got 18 laps remaining. That might have been a good move by old Big Ben. If this thing stays green. Thank you for everybody watching right now. Greatly appreciate it. This is Ruthless Racing Pro Series at WWT. Once again, congratulations to our 2 diecast winners in Tim Roth and the Great Deer. We'll have the same giveaway again, minus 2 diecasts, obviously, at 1,000 subscribers. Might even be some different diecasts in there or a different prize to choose from. But nonetheless, 1,000 subscribers, another giveaway will happen. So we're down to about 16 to go here. Oh, and the 20 is around. We'll see if that brings out any cautions or anything. That might just be a one-man incident. I believe this is going to stay green. Oh no, it's not going to stay green. And there comes old Trav Nation off pit road. You lucky, lucky dog. Look at that. Caution comes out. No Trav's coming off pit road, boys. How about him? This sneaky dog. Alright. So we'll see, you know. I think guys can opt not to go down pit road. Alright, so these guys are going to get it figured out, and I'm sure they'll pit this next coming lap or whatever. Because I know that's not the end of the race. Guys getting some laps back and stuff, okay. Caution brought to you by Skew Car. And then any pit stops following is brought to you by Everything NASCAR. Check out both those YouTube channels, both awesome and great in their own ways, and great and huge supporters of us here at Ruthless Racing. Let's see how many go in. I thought, you know, maybe everybody does have to go in. You just may not have to take, you know, tires or fuel or what have you. If I was Travis, man, I'm going in here, slapping on some right sides, hell with the fuel can, getting out as fast as I can. I mean, that's what I'm doing. You know, just get the freshest but the least amount of time. Somebody did not pit. That might have been Big Ben. He pit way early. There he goes. So Trav goes down. I'm not sure exactly what the manual caution rule is, because I do not race the Pro Series. Alright. Not great for Trav, I don't believe. Was not great for him, I don't think. Alright. It's going to be Big Ben up here. Oh, maybe he is serving a penalty because everybody had to pit. Alright. Fair sport. It's fair sport. So Typical is back on the point for this restart, as we should be pretty far down into the lap count here. So we'll see how many we got to go. And we get going once again in the skew car restart zone. And there are 11 laps remaining if these guys are going to do the burnout rule or not. 12 if they are not. Ten four. Alright, so typical takes us to 10 to go on the burnout rule. That's what we're doing. I got no confirmation on that, but I'm going to call it like it is. Alright, so typical has got a string of cars behind him. Nobody really challenging themselves right now as we go to 9 to go. Death Before Dishonor, starting in the rear today, has found himself up in this top 3 in the later half of this race very consistently. And he's probably given Henson some unwanted battle, because he wants to just be able to have all the air to catch typical. As you see, Death Before Dishonor getting a good push from Elvin here. A little looseness out of the 51, but he's going to bring it almost 3 wide, going across the line there for second place. Shepard's got his nose in here. I believe Elvin just got down in front of him. Shepard was already there. Just gave him the old short track boogie. No big deal. Alright, good racing here from these folks. You can see it off the view of Hamlin Nation up there. It is tight racing. All up there. Go from Shepard's view as he works up to 4th position now, off the bumper of 5 of Death Before Dishonor. XI. If you have watched any Ruthless Racing races in the past, that is not far from typical, what you just said. So picking him would almost be like a cheat code. Death Before Dishonor up here giving Henson all he can take. I'm get on board with him. Get off his nose. Let's see what he's looking at here. He gets real close to that Toyota sign. Typical just out there, staying at a nice and steady pace. We'll stay right here on this battle. Get some good racing out of these fellas right here. Down to it here, but typical, you know, it's tough. This battle back here for second and stuff, though, looking good. It's heating up, they might call it. Typical trying to be the broom man, the broom crew, and sweep WWT, the shortest track of the season. Or the shortest race of the season. Sorry. maybe just the shortest oval. Who knows? Battle for second, though. Looking tough. We can get us a lap count this time. Alright, it's 2 remaining with the burnout rule. And right here, it should be 1 to go, presented by Skew Car, with Typical in the lead. All right. My boy must have been behind over here on the stream. He's going to go ahead and that will be the race. So this battle back here ended up being Henson, Death Before Dishonor, Shepard, and Elvin Priest. So there you go, Shepard. Top 5 out of that 48 crew today. Death Before Dishonor will not join the booth. So I'm going to see if Shepard will join. I'm try to get Shepard in here. That'd be Typical, Henson, and Shepard. I'll check the final results to see if that's the case. Make sure you stick around for post-race interviews with top 2 and 4th place. 3rd place, I don't think, joins the booth. As I don't think he just speaks on a mic at all. I've heard him speak like 4 times. Oh, Death Before Dishonor. Oh, and I didn't get Typical's burnout, but that's all good. He's had plenty of them. All right, awesome. So Typical and Henson. It's Typical, Henson, Death Before Dishonor, Shepard, Portal Guy, Elvin Priest, Hamlin Nation, Nomad, G-Dog, and Ed, though, rounding up the top 10. So congratulations to all those guys. Thanks to everybody who races here in the Ruthless Racing Series. It's always greatly appreciated. Thank you, Steve. And yeah, thanks all to you guys for watching. You know, there's no point in even being doing this without you all watching, talking it up in the chats. Appreciate it. Always it's a good part of my week to jump in here and see the same people over and over. You know, always liking what we got going on here. First lap went to Typical, I believe. All right, so we're gonna get Typical, Henson, and Shepard in here. The 48 car, and we'll try to get old dude in here. I think he races the more white, and I don't even know if I have the one he raced tonight. I don't think I do. Oh wait, he runs the 48. Is it Jimmy Johnson? On this game. I forget. There we go. I think he run that car. Alright, we'll try to get him in here. Alright, we're getting it figured out here. Sorry, everybody. Yeah. Yeah, I already said I was going to have him come in instead of Death. Yeah, I'm adding him right now, actually. Alright, let me get back over here. Alright, awesome. So we're going to get these interviews together once these guys join, get in here. I forgot to start the party. But apparently they could still hear me, so it's all good. All right, Shepard has joined us now. Great fourth place finish out of you tonight, Shepard. You qualified in the top five and you moved up one spot better at the end of the race. So, real good car, and you raced it to the end like it was. And some real tough battling out of everybody right there at the end. So, you really had to work for that top four finish. So, just kind of take us through your race there and how it went for you. Yeah, so overall out there tonight, do you feel like the racing was forgiving, or everybody was kind of tight with how they were on the track, or how'd you feel? All right, Shep. I think they're saying that your voice isn't being shared or something.
Go to this party and put. Go to this party and
Go.
put. There you go.
There you go. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, they should be able to hear
Okay.
you now.
But like I said, I had a pretty good race. Just tried to maintain, keep a top five mentality. Tried not to get anybody. The field felt pretty calm, tame. Everybody gave each other enough room, and definitely just looked out for one another this time around.
Yeah, like I said, you had to work for it though. There at the end, I seen it. It was door to door, and you came out with that fourth place finish.
Yeah, I was looking for one position better, but definitely, again, satisfied with what I had. Typical just class of the field. Henson gave him a good battle and death. Just snuck up out of nowhere, really. I just have to say those guys are good. Great motivation to run with week in and week out.
Yeah. Once again, thanks for racing as long as you have over here at Ruthless Racing, and glad that you got that top five finish.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah. And I'm going to speak for Death real quick, just because you got a top three finish starting in the rear. So good on him tonight. He was a great competitor. I felt like he even had a car that could have maybe took the lead before some door-to-door battle between him and Henson. For second place, took over. But yeah, so good race out of Death for Dishonor, and don't want that to go unnoticed. But we will get back over to the man with the plan, Henson. He drove that white M&M's car tonight. Good pick, I thought. But early on in the race, you felt like a favorite, and then in the middle of the race, it felt like typical. Kind of took the lead there at the end of stage one, and had more of a dominant car until the beginning of stage three, and you were right door to door with typical there until the pit stops. After the first pit stop, y'all had a good battle, and then it just seemed that it wasn't the same. What went on out there?
Well, first stage, I was really hoping that that caution didn't come out early when I checked out a little bit and kind of knew if he got to me, he'd pass me. Just super fast here. And then, that third stage, that early pit, I tried to notice a couple guys doing, and we were in the practice race the other day, they were trying to short pit a little bit. So I figured if I short pitted, and he didn't short pit, that I would have a good enough lead, maybe 3 seconds, 2 seconds. But he came out right there with me, and that last caution when it came out, maybe it would have been different. I was kind of hoping that we could both get our pit cycles in for the last run there, but that caution came out and it kind of ruined my pit strategy. But overall, I'm good with second. He had a really good car. Congrats to him on the win.
Yeah, both of you all were really consistent out there. I mean, 1-2 all day, kind of like the same deal with him and Hollywood a couple of races ago, or last race, whatever it was. Uh, Hollywood was kind of in the same situation. Just felt like he could check out in the lead, but once Typical got there, he just seems like he could just pass you. But nonetheless, another great race out of you, and I'm sure that win's coming. I know you got it in you.
I needed this one, man. I really did. I worked on my setup all day and made sure I could get a good qualifying run, and I did. Got the pole, but it's all good, man. On to the next one we go.
Yeah, you got your playoff point for your pole, and Michigan next week though. You feel like you got anything there?
I got a really good car at Michigan. We'll see. Me and Ty have had some really good battles there, so maybe it'll be like it was tonight. Except maybe he won't have a 3 second lead in stage three.
All right, Henson. I appreciate you racing with us here in Ruthless Racing, and congrats on second.
Thank you, Stu.
All right, and then the man that needs no introduction really. Driver of the two, Typical, which everybody likes to call you Ty Pickle.
Disrespect.
I have to kind of roll with the flow. But yeah, broom crew, or whatever you want to say, sweep man, the janitor. Another sweep at a racetrack here in the Ruthless Racing Pro Series. Wasn't so easy there in stage one or stage two. I don't think. I could be wrong on that one. I don't know if you checked out yet in stage two. But you win by 3 seconds. And was anything? Did anything help make that happen, or you just feel like the car had that kind of pace in it?
Clean air, really. I mean, on our last restart, you could see it. Them battling at him on marks and pull away. Clean air was basically everything. When Hinson was in the front too, on that restart, it was hard to pass, but you got it done in stage one.
Yeah, I mean, just another great race for you. A lot of points. You're way up there. I think if you've met the race minimum, you could probably go on vacation. So, which might help a few of these other guys out if you did. But
Hey, I'm
anyways,
totally okay with Ty on a vacation. I'll pay him
And
for a vacation.
I might take a break, man. You never know.
Well, Michigan next week. Henson says you and him battle real well there. Is that a track you look forward to?
Yes and no. I mean, yeah, it'd be good battles, but draft is gonna be such a factor that you could have a bad car and still be up there. So I don't know. If me and him ever get side by side, he'd probably be on the bottom, I'd be on top, and then pull off, and him pulled off on the bottom probably get me. But with other cars in the race, I don't think it'd be that way. Sadly.
Hey, I hear you. I think it's going to be a good battle there. Auto Club and Michigan kind of favor each other a little bit, and I feel like they always bring great racing and good wrecks. So
Oh yeah.
we'll see how that works out. Anything you need to say before?
Oh yeah. Sorry if the thing looked weird tonight. I forgot to turn on the cautions for the race and had to call manuals instead. So
Oh,
my
okay.
fault on that part.
We wondered how a couple of them wrecks were only manual cautions, but yeah. But it seemed like y'all did a really good job with it. So I didn't know the difference, to be honest. But yeah, nonetheless, good race for you there, Typical. Congratulations on another win.
Thanks, man. See you next week.
All right, Michigan, it will be next week. So thanks to everybody who watched tonight. That was your winner, Typical, followed by, or with Henson also speaking, and the fourth place finisher of Shepherd, Death Before Dishonor finishing third. And another great race out here tonight. Appreciate all of you that watched. Another congratulations to our diecast winners, Tim Roth, and the Great Deer. So, yeah, get us to 1,000. We'll do it again. Everybody have a great and wonderful weekend. We'll catch you Tuesday at Michigan for the Pro-Am Series.